Hi everyone, today I am going to bring you calf stretches, specifically the gastroc and soleus. So the gastroc muscle, or gastrocnemius, is this big chunky muscle here that we see that gives us that definition of a calf. It comes from back of the knee, comes down and attaches via the Achilles tendon into your heel. Soleus is a muscle that sits behind, it's a deeper muscle, but it also attaches via the Achilles tendon as well. So if you have ever had any Achilles problems, tendinitis, tendinosis, any inflammatory issues coming into the heel, any heel pain, then these will be great stretches for you. So we're just going to start by warming up the muscles. So more dynamic stuff to start with. So we're just going to circle the ankle in one direction. So obviously you could hold on if you need to. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Let me just stand back a bit just in case. Hold on if you want to for your balance. If you can, this is a great one to practice and test your balance. So we're going to roughly do anywhere between sort of 10 to 15 circles one way and then back the other way. Nearly balanced. Okay, on the side. Okay, other way, other direction. And really try and get that full range of movement that that ankle has. Make sure that movement isn't coming from your knee or hip and just from the ankle, even if you feel like it's a little bit limited. Okay, so we're now going to just do some dynamic lunges. So we're just going to come forward, okay, and then push back up. So forward, use the quad to then push back up. So obviously our heel is going to raise up. So don't worry if you're thinking, I can't keep my back foot flat, that's absolutely fine. Okay, we're going to do one more time each leg. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to now point our toes down to the floor. Point our toes down, so this is what we call plantar flexion. Okay, so we're going to plantar flex the ankle, and now we're going to take the heel down, and we're going to draw those toes up towards us as much as we can. And this is called dorsiflexion, okay? So we're going to point, heel. So toes, heel. I'm really thinking about working that ankle joint as much as you can, getting that range of movement, especially if it feels quite stiff maybe in the mornings or just generally stiff. Okay, change side, so heel, draw the toes up, point the toes down, draw the toes up, point the toes down. Okay, one more time. Good, okay. So we're going to go into our longer holds and our deeper stretching. So we've done more of our dynamic moving stuff, warming up that muscle. So we're going to start with the normal, what I call the normal calf stretch. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and make sure, just have a look at your feet before you actually get into the stretch. Have a look at your feet, make sure they're facing forward. So I always say 12 o'clock angle, And make sure your feet are about hip width apart, so you haven't gone really narrow, you're not on a tight rope. Okay. And then make sure your back foot, like I said, is straight, but also heel driving down into the floor, and then you will get that calf stretch. So from that heel coming up through the back of the leg, and maybe even to the back of the knee as well. So like I am, you can lean on something, or you could just do it freestanding if you want to. I just find if you've got something to lean on to, you can concentrate on getting the positioning of the back foot right. What you can also do with this one, which I'll show you when I change sides, is you could always elevate the toes up slightly, which will increase that calf stretch again. If you think, yeah, I'm getting a calf stretch, but it's not a strong one, then I will show you in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to change sides now. She says she will do it. If she finds something to put her foot on. Actually, let's just kind of roll the mat in half, and I'll show you that way. So you could put your foot on a pillow, cushion, just a wedge or something that you could find. So as you can see, I hope you can see, my toes are slightly elevated now. So I've taken my foot into that angle that we did earlier, the first bit, the dorsiflexion, okay? So obviously it's not massive angle. You could increase it more if you want to, roll the mat up or get a bigger pillow. So, or if it's too much, take it a little bit lower, okay? So then come back into that calf stretch again, and now I've got a much stronger stretch this side than I did before, okay? So you might roll my mat in a little bit, I'm a little bit too far. So you might want to just start off in the normal calf stretch, see how it feels, because you may find that one side is a lot tighter than the other. So start off normal, see how it feels, and then if you feel like you need to increase it, then you can progress onto this one. So just coming out of that, I just like to circle my ankles off once doing those. Just getting the movement back in there again. So my next one, okay. So my next one I'm going to give you is calf, so gastroc, and also a bit of hamstring. So same again, you're going to find a wedge for the toes. Okay, I'm going to see if that's enough. No, I'm probably going to fold it over one more time. That's better. Okay, so same again, half on, half off. Okay, with the toes. So you're lifting, elevating the front of the foot. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to keep the legs straight and you're going to come forward, and that is really strong stretch for me. So I'm getting the whole back of the leg, so not just the hamstrings, which would normally be the ones that are getting targeted, because we're bringing in calf as well. So 2 for the price of 1. So if you need to, if you're nowhere near the floor, because I am struggling, definitely need to keep stretching these out, then you could always lean yourself on a chair if you wanted to, especially if it was maybe getting a little bit too much for the lower back. I'm just going to slightly bend my knees. Slowly bring myself up just to protect my back. And I'm going to bring my feet off, same again, I'm just going to circle my ankles around. Okay, so next one we're going to have to, I don't have a step, but you can do this if you've got steps outside, stairs at home. So you would have, same again, so holding on for this one to make sure you don't lose your balance. So half foot on, half foot off, okay, and you will be dropping your heels, excuse me, you'll be dropping your heels down as much as you can until you get that stretch coming right up through the calf, okay? So holding in this position, don't come back up on the toes, okay? Because that's going to activate that muscle more, that's more strengthening. And at the moment, I'm just giving you stretches to lengthen, okay, lengthen the muscles. So hold down. If you need to come up and off the step, then you can do, so maybe 30 seconds holding, come up, off, back into it again for another 30 seconds. If you can stay there for a minute, then do so. Okay, so that's your third exercise. Okay, fourth is the soleus, which I talked about, which is the deeper muscle in this bulky bit, and it also attaches via Achilles tendon, okay? So for this one, it is harder to stretch, but we do have a couple of stretches that we can try. So we are going to come back into kind of our normal calf stretch again. Feet not quite so wide as before. I hope I'm not standing out of shot and that you can actually see what I'm doing. Make sure your feet are facing forward again. And what we're going to do is we're going to bend the back leg, but we're also going to bend the front one. Okay. And you might just have to slightly play around with where your weight needs to be and the angle. So whether you need to maybe be leaning forward a bit more, maybe straight, maybe back slightly. I think for me, I need to be back a little bit more until you get that stretch down in that calf area. You could always hold on to something if you need to for your balance. It's quite a tough one to hold, this one, so you may find that your quads start to give out, start to get really tired more than the stretch itself. So you may want to just come up and out, give the quads a little bit of a rest, and then maybe go back into it, same side again, and hold. Okay, onto the other side, feet not quite so wide, make sure your feet are facing forward, that 12 o'clock angle. And then same again, I'm just going to slightly play my position. I think that's where I want my weight, feels like the most stretch. Okay, I'm just going to come up now, just have a rest. Give the quads a bit of a rest. If you can, and you want to really strengthen quads as well, then stay there. You know, it's a good strengthening exercise as well. Okay, brilliant. Okay, just keep my ankles a little bit of a circle. Okay, we're going to try another Soleus one. I've done this with a few patients. Some people like it, some people don't. It can be a little bit harsh on the knee. So I'm just going to show you. And I'm going to show you on this leg first. So you're going to be in this position, and what you need to do is, same again, slightly play around where your foot needs to be, and then you're going to lean forward, trying to keep the heel down as much as you can, and then you do get that stretch right up. I get it mostly through more my Achilles. and I quite like it. I get quite a strong stretch with it, but I know some people haven't really liked it. So it is personal preference, okay? We're all made slightly different. Different things work for different people. So try it, see how it feels for you. And like I said, you may prefer it to the other stretch. So this is another Soleus stretch. So same again with this one, about a minute hold. I'm going to change sides now, so you can see what I was doing with the other leg. So just sitting back, bring my other foot, and just going to play around with my positioning of my foot. I'm going to lean my weight a little bit further forward. Not quite so tight this side, I think I'll tight on my right side. Still getting a stretch though. Okay, so that's the angle of the other leg. Okay, good, just releasing off. Okay, so we're going to be on our hands and knees for the next one. So we're just going to have heel down, just going to do a bit of dynamic first before I start. So toes under, drive, heels down. Okay, and now we're going to do a hold. So toes, draw, so slightly transferring weight back. Take those heels down, keep pushing, and that's a really good calf stretch. Okay, changing onto the other side. Toes down, drive the heel. Okay, just releasing off. And I'm just going to circle my ankles again. Okay, just get them to move. And that was a collection of Gastroc and Soleus stretches, generally the calf. Okay, so remembering these are great if you just generally get tight calves, maybe a bit of stiffness, any heel pain when you're walking, especially the heel strike, if it's sore at all, and any back of the knee pain because the calf does come up higher. The Soleus doesn't come up quite so high, but that can come to the back of the knee as well. So maybe if you're getting any pain there or had any trauma to the calf as well, and you've got a bit of scar tissue build up. Scar tissue doesn't have much flexibility to it, so if that's maybe the reason why that calf is feeling quite tight and quite stiff. All right. Any requests on what you would like to see next? What type of stretches that maybe you've been suffering, any ailments that you've been suffering with recently? We would love to hear from you guys. Okay, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.